I recently made a video on how to start going to the gym, and in that, I specifically said that I wanted people to tie their shoes, walk into the gym, and just look around the equipment and get familiar with it. That was step number one on how to start going to the gym and how to make the gym a lifelong habit. Let's move into step two. Let's start dialing in your workout routine. I know workout routines get a bad rep because they tend to be very complicated and people overthink most of them. And in fact, I blame a lot of these like gym slash training style YouTubers for a lot of the confusion because instead of a lack of information, which was what it used to be like before, now there's information overload. There's people giving you contradicting opinions and pieces of advice that just confuse you. So I'm going to give you the beginner workout split that you can start doing today. It's going to be very simple. And for your reference, I'll also attach all of it into like a template that I've designed. I'll put that in the description right after you finish watching this video. But I think you should watch this, at least the rest of it, so you can gain some context. Let's start by talking about the split itself. As a beginner, you might think that you'd have to train around 6, 7 days a week, but that's not true. When you're starting off, your body needs time to recover between sessions because you're not used to the stimulus just yet. And therefore, I would recommend that you start training only 3 days a week. And within those 3 days a week, we're going to fit in different body parts. We're going to combine a few as well. We're going to make it as simple as possible for you. I'm going to list out certain things that you might have heard, even if you're unfamiliar with the gym. So it's going to be a lot easier for you, trust me. Let's start by talking about day one. On day one, I want you to walk into the gym and find a bench. On the bench, I want you to set the incline up to around 30 to 35 degrees, whatever you have in the gym, and I want you to perform an incline dumbbell press. An incline dumbbell press is a movement that focuses on the upper chest as well as your triceps and your shoulders. It's more of like a compound, so I think you can put that in there. I know a bunch of people will say, why not just go to the bench press? I just think the bench press requires a lot more technique, and the incline dumbbell press is a lot more free for beginners, so I think it works a lot better. I want you to perform that. Number two, I want you to walk up to the assisted pull-up machine if you have one, and I want you to start stacking the weight to relatively near your own body weight on the scale, because on the assisted pull-up, the lower the weight, the harder it gets for you. So the higher the weight, the easier it is. So stack it to near your body weight, and I want you to do a couple of reps, anywhere between 5 to 10. If you don't have an assisted pull-up machine, I would suggest that you grab onto a bar, anything that you can hold on to, and simply just hang for a few seconds and start practicing that, because that's how you start building strength for pull-ups. That's going to be day one. The next day after that, day two, I want you to take a rest day. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but believe me, rest is extremely important, and you'll realize this the longer you go on in your training journey. I want you to take a rest day where you do nothing except for walk. If you want to play a sport, you can go ahead, but don't tax your body too much, as you need to be recovered for day three. On day three, I want you to do legs. I want you to train legs. I know most guys don't like training legs, but most of your strength, most of your body strength comes straight from the glutes and from the hips. So you've got to be able to train your legs in order to feel stronger and just also be able to lift heavier in all aspects of life. So I want you to do just two main movements for legs. The first one is going to be some form of squat variation. That could include something like a barbell squat, where you stack the bar on top of your traps and then you squat down. It could be something like a goblet squat, where you hold the dumbbell just right here and then you squat down. Or it could be something as simple as a general body squat. You should just be able to squat all the way down to the floor, have your knees roll over your toes, and stay in that stable motion for a second and then rise back up. It's a simple squat pattern. Yeah. Day number two, we're going to talk about, sorry, not day number two, movement number two, we're going to be talking about something called an RDL. An RDL refers to a Romanian deadlift, which is when you stand forward, hold the bar in your wrists with your arms facing forward, and you bend down in a way that the glutes and the butt points to the sky. Essentially, you want your butt to point to the ceiling while bending down. That stretches your hamstrings. It's an excellent movement. It's one of my favorites. It builds a fuck ton of strength in the glutes and in the hips. It's fantastic. I think you should give that a shot. And let's move on to day 4. Day 4 is also going to be another rest day. It's going to be similar to day 2, where you're going to rest, you're going to recover, you're only going to be walking or doing some minimal form of activity. Nothing too much, because your legs are obviously still going to be very sore when you start working out. And yeah, we just take that day off. The very next day after that, on day 5, we've got shoulders and arms. Shoulders and arms essentially work like accessories, because you're already hitting both shoulders and arms when you do the very first day, which was chest and back. When you do the compound, you're definitely going to be hitting both shoulders and arms, but I'm keeping a dedicated day here because shoulders and arms aren't just meant to be worked for aesthetic reasons. They're meant to be worked just for functionality. You don't want gaps in your physique or your fitness. So let's work on shoulders and arms. On shoulders and arms day, I want you to do something similar to what you did on chest and back day, which is that you go grab a bench. And this time, instead of putting the incline to 35 degrees, I want you to put the incline to around 65 degrees or 70 degrees, whatever is available in your gym. I want you to do that. Sit down on the bench and do a dumbbell shoulder press. Dumbbell shoulder press is when you pick the dumbbells up this way and you simply lift it forward and down. That's a very simple dumbbell shoulder press. Right after that, I want you to sit on the same bench and I want you to do some dumbbell bicep curls. This time, if you feel comfortable lowering the incline, go for it. You can lower the incline angle from a 60-65 degree angle to somewhere like a 45 degree angle if that works for you. Or if 65 just feels comfortable, you can stay there. And I want you to sit there and just do some dumbbell bicep curls. With dumbbell bicep curls, you will simply have to sit down, curl the weight up that way, and then lower it back down with resistance. That's all you need to do. And the final exercise we're talking about is cable tricep extensions. With cable tricep extensions, I want you to walk up to a cable and grab the bar, not the rope, grab the bar, because the bar just works a lot better. Hold the bar and simply push it down. Push it downward and then bring it back up with resistance. That'll be your cable tricep extensions. So to wrap everything up, I want you to follow a 3-day split. And that 3-day split involves day 1, which is chest and back, which includes an incline dumbbell press and pull-ups. After that, I want you to follow a day of rest, where you just don't do much. You simply do minimal activity such as walking. And then after that, I want you to do legs. And on leg day, I want you to do squats and barbell RDLs. Following that, on day 4, I want you to take another rest day. And on day 5, I want you to do shoulders and arms, where you do a dumbbell shoulder press, followed by dumbbell bicep curls, followed by a cable tricep extension. We have not added a bunch of movements because it's still the very first couple of days of going to the gym. So I want you to get acclimated to these couple of movements before we start adding in more accessories or other work that we need to do. As far as right now is concerned, I've given you the 80-20 of every movement that you need to do on each day, and I want you to get acclimated to these. Run this for about a month, run this split for about a month, and follow the template that I'll be giving you in the description. It's completely free. I'm not asking you to pay for anything. So click the link, get the template, and start going to the gym today. I'd also like to clarify that after day 5 from shoulders and arms, I want you to take 2 more rest days and then rinse and repeat back to day 1. All of this will be made very clear in the template down below. So have a look at that and enjoy your time at the gym. Good luck.